Hello everyone, this is Lulu. In today's video, I am going to do a sketchbook flip through for you. Surprisingly, I recently found this footage in my old drive. I thought I lost it forever. Before I delve into the page's disclaimer, so it wasn't stolen by a person, it was stolen by COVID-19. So what happened was I ended up choosing Sheridan over Calarts, even though I got accepted, because I couldn't afford it at the time. And 3 months after, KR was so kindly mailing the sketchbook back to me, but because of the pandemic, it got lost on the way. And back in the time when I was waiting for my package, all the international students, including myself, we had to return to our home countries. So I had to fly back to Taiwan in the middle of the semester. It was very chaotic. And I just never seen my beautiful sketchbook again. However, I was so happy I found this footage in my drive, so I decided to share it here. Oh, let me share a fun story. So, long story short, my friend from the UK told me that my sketchbook was shared with one of his friends who attended a summer camp at Calarts, and apparently the instructor were using this exact sketchbook as an example for the students. And when I heard the story, I was genuinely very surprised. I mean, who am I to have the honor to showcasing my sketchbook to people? So I felt incredibly flattered and happy. And yeah, anyway, let's get back to talking about the sketchbook. I like doing studies or plein air from the streets, but in this sketchbook, for the majority of the paintings, I prefer to draw from imagination. So, as you can see here, there's like little fantasy forest creatures, or I would do weird character design like this all over the page. And yes, I drew my dress because I love this so much. I also use traditional media mainly for my sketchbook. I like to use watercolor, gouache, color pencil, or even acrylic for my more detailed paintings. And each drawing has a location like this Kingston Market marked right next to it because it helps me to remember where I drew this piece. And for me, I love observing people on the street and turning them into a cute, chubby characters. No one can stop me. I like making people look rounded and cute. And maybe one day I will secretly draw you and make you cute in my sketchbook. But yeah, as you can see, it's a small and portable sketchbook, and it's perfect for carrying around with my heavy watercolor sets. I also handcrafted the sketchbook from scratch using a mixture of watercolor and regular paper because I wanted a sketchbook where I can put down watercolor whenever I want, but also use other media when I don't have my watercolor sets carrying around with me. What I really loved about the sketchbook is that I can attach additional pages. The pages can expand like this, like extended canvas, and the streets has a really fun proportion and perspective, so I wanted to capture it. Usually how I start a painting is I will use a very light color pencil to do a rough sketch on the page, and I will use rather wet media like watercolor or gouache to paint on top of it. And then for touch-ups, I would use color pencil again to go back and finish the pieces, to polish the details, or just to try to blend the color a little bit more nicely. And yeah, I attached a lot of the character design, location, sketches, and detailed renderings of my artwork. And I like to draw characters in different poses. I think for this page, I went to a coffee shop in London, and I was just like sitting in the corner and sketching there. For this one, it was like a little OG character of mine. I also really like to use pen to do like detailed line work of the characters. So if you can see some of the cross hatching techniques here. It's sometimes I like to use dye instead of color pencil. It gives different kinds of feelings. And yeah, I cherish a lot of the memories associated with these drawings. Some of it is taking place in London, like the London Tube, and I like to draw people bustling on the streets, and especially old people who I particularly really like sketching. This drawing spans different locations from San Francisco to other parts of the world. I sometimes also try to go on Pinterest and I will do watercolor studies of the pictures. And yeah, I think like the pictures on the right, I did that one when I was back in San Francisco. And yes, that's the end of the sketchbook. It took me roughly around a year to complete this sketchbook, and I'm very excited to share it with you. And I have a lot more sketchbooks in my collection, so if you enjoyed this video, please show me your supports by liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today, and I look forward to sharing more of my sketchbook collection with you in the next video. Until then, take care and sending lots of love to you. I will see you very soon. Bye!